How how does light bounce off of chrome materials? Chrome tends to behave a bit differently from a lot of other materials. Light doesn't just bounce off of it. Chrome has like more mirror-like properties, and it's got like a more metallic look to it, like a shiny metallic color, and which indicates like higher and sharper levels of specularity. On top of that, it's like has like reflective properties as well. So it almost acts more like a kind of like a fun house mirror. Now, in order to get your like chrome properties, you kind of need to understand this and understand how light behaves when it's bouncing off of a chrome surface. A chrome surface of different objects of different shapes, of different curvatures, and blah 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 blah. Let's start with something simple. Concave and convex surfaces. Now, concave indicates it indicates the surface is curving inward, it's hollowed out. Inward. Hollowed out. Convex indicates it's the opposite direction, it curves outward. Now with a now with the concave surface, watch what happens. Watch what happens when you have like a concave surface. You could have like some ground. It looks like ground is over here, and sky is over here. It looks like it's flipped upside down. What's happening here is that light is bouncing off, is like being reflected from over here, from the downwards angle. And light is being reflected from over here on an upwards angle. That's why you have like a reverse image. That's why sometimes the image on the chrome surface looks like it's upside down. It's inverted. concave. Oh, how do you draw an arrow that's shooting towards you? Let's just change the size a little bigger. Concave. Convex. This is convex. So it's bulging out. Try and imagine, understand that these are like planes. The planes are pointing outwards in different directions. And the light is mirroring. The light is curved. Concave and convex. It's almost kind of like a funhouse mirror. Like the images are just kind of like warping. Now watch what happens when you have a more complex shape. Like if it's more of like an S curve. I really need to get rid of that G-force experience thing. Don't even play very many video games in time. So you still have your reflection, but you could actually have two horizons. Like random buildings in the background. There's your horizon, there's a random building there that looks like a pile of dirt or poop. And then like the surface of the plane will be like curving around like this, right? And because you have like light shooting this way, and then this way, and then this way, again, what's going to happen is you're going to have sky appearing on the bottom and sky appearing on the top, because light is bouncing off the top here and the top here, and the ground is only appearing down over here. Because the light is kind of like warping around in a very strange fashion. It's getting mirrored. It's an optical illusion. This is a concave convex cylinder. Double concave. The warp. It's a funhouse mirror. You're still getting the Earth because most of it is like pointing down. You're still getting the sky because most of this is like pointing up. But it's kind of warping. It's like a funhouse mirror. Bottle shape. Irregular. Irregular. And like the hemispheres are like pretty interesting. When we get into hemisphere shapes, now hemispheres are like interesting. They're very interesting because they just the circular shape of them makes it appear as though the mirror reflection on the surface, it goes on forever. Like it doesn't actually end. Drawing perfect circles and perfect lines is actually incredibly difficult. It's odd. I used to know someone that could do it though. They could like draw perfect shapes like that from like just freehand without like a ruler or anything. It was uncanny. I've never seen anyone that could like draw something like that just freehand before. Like it was really weird. But you want to know the funny thing? That was all they could draw. They weren't a very good artist. They were just really good at drawing straight lines and circles. It's very. It was just. It was funny that way. It was very funny that way. Now watch what's happening with this convex shape. What tool do I have? The eraser tool. Oh shoot, that's not what I wanted. The image is being inverted. The sky is on the bottom and the ground is on top. What's happening here is, you should know by now, light is bouncing off the bottom from the sky here, mirroring off the sky, the bottom of the sky, and the ground is mirroring off of the top here because the top part, the planes are angled towards the ground, so it's more of a mirror. So that's practically all. That's virtually, that's almost all Chrome is really. It's just, they're just mirrors. It's basically just warped mirrors that gives it its like chromey look. They're just basically warped mirrors if you think about it. So this is concave. Hemisphere, convex, hemisphere, which means it's going to bulge outwards. So the image is going to do this. You're going to have your hemisphere, and you're going to have like your weird stretchers, which will like get seemingly bigger around the sides. And it'll get like seemingly smaller in the middle of your like horizon here. So it'll be like something like this. Brush. Right. And the funny thing about it, like the hemisphere, when it's like around the surface like this, it doesn't really like end. It just kind of like stretches off into infinity. Kind of like so. It doesn't actually end, it just sort of like stretches into infinity. You know why this is. Light's bouncing out. So it's bulgy. That's what's causing the reflection to bulge. The shape of the mirror creates the chrome-like effect. Now this is a cone that's bulging outwards bulging cone. Now the shape is kind of like this. The planes are kind of like this. So they're all just sort of like this. Bulging. then you can have like a horizon line over here, and it'll be like wider on this end, and then it'll get like sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper. Bulging, 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 kind of like so. It looks like it's going super fast. It's kind of cool. Bridging, bulging outwards. And you have like a sky, type of sky over here. So, and then you have the same cone type shape. But instead of bulging out, convex. This is concave. So it's more like this side is going down, this side is going up. And it's still sharp. So it stretches out into infinity, and it'll start off really big. And it'll get sharper and sharper and sharper. And the sky will be over here. And the ground will be here. It'll be warping, everything will be warping, everything will bend because the light is bouncing off in the curvature, in the curved line, curvy thing, concave, so bulging. And the hemisphere is just like a section of a sphere. So if this were a sphere, then this would be like the hemisphere. And the thing about spheres, like completely circular objects, their horizons, they don't really end. They just sort of stretch out into infinity. Just kind of, it doesn't actually end, it just sort of stretches out. And it goes like all the way around, all the way down around the back, the horizon line. It doesn't actually end. It just stretches out around the sphere. So that's basically what happens with a concave disc. Like the hemisphere isn't actually ending. It's just being cut off. It's just being discontinued. If it wasn't cut off, if it wasn't discontinued, it'd still be like going around and around. It'd be like going around infinitely. And you'd have like some sky in here, right? The sky would be in the middle. Because of the warped mirror reflection, the sky wouldn't just be on the top, it would be in the middle. On the top, the part that's stretching off into infinity would be like the horizon. It goes all the way around. Like spheres are like really weird when it comes to it, to like doing chrome materials. I mean, because everything else is a mirror reflection, but how do you like get a mirror reflection off of a surface that like just goes all the way around? It just kind of stretches off into infinity. Let's not forget about our concave discs. Concave discs are important too. Well, I guess they're not as important as like any other shape. Like the entire point is to just try to like think of it as like I probably said this a few times. They're kind of like funhouse mirrors. It has a sharp point to it, so the end part over here would like go down into infinity, like so. And the sky would be like sharp too. It's kind of like you're looking at the front end of a cone, almost. So now you're on the front end of the cone. So it's basically like one of these guys, like this guy or this guy, just sort of like that.